Hello everyone, welcome to the pick a pile of June. Before we get into today's pick a pile, I do have some announcements, exciting announcements for everybody, including me. So, as you guys may or may not know, I am moving to another country, and that country being the States. And it's official, I have my date set. I will be flying out in 2 weeks. And because of this super special move, I have a sale on my Ko-fi shop. 50% off all commissions and 65% off all shop items. So art commissions, drawings, character illustrations, devotional imagery, cross-stitch designs, VTuber model designs, and anything that I can whip up in my digital artistry, essentially. So if you're interested, there are limited spots available for this discount, and all links will be in the description. With that being said, let's get into today's pick a pile. Today I'll be using the Children of Litha Tarot and the Earth Alchemy Oracle. I'll go ahead and get your guys' piles up and running. Alright, we are back with your piles. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. You may take this time to pause if you want to meditate or take some extra time to pick your pile, or if you feel nice and ready, we can get right into it. All the timestamps of the different piles will be in the description. We are going to start with pile number 1. Hi pile number 1, how you doing? Representing your challenge this month, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Representing your positive influence this month, we have Temperance in reverse. Representing your negative influence this month, we have Ace of Wands upright. Representing opportunities to take this month for you, pile number 1, we have Diamond Heart and Seed Crystal. And what you need to take time for this month, pile number 1, we have Green Epidote and Star Jasmine. So it's pretty clear to me, especially with the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Temperance in reverse, pile number 1, that your main challenge this month is maintaining balance. Balancing and repolarizing your energy. Perhaps you've been working too hard or spreading your energy too thin in many different directions, or you've been putting all your energy into one external thing and not having enough energy for yourself at the end of the day. And your challenge this month is to balance that and to recenter your energy. With the positive influence being Temperance in reverse, which is very similar to the Two of Pentacles, in the sense that it's about balance and maintaining flow and harmony. It's kind of a blessing in disguise here with you being in a state of unbalanced right now, because it's going to help you to redefine what your values are and what boundaries you want to put up, and it's going to help you a lot to recognize what is imbalanced. You're being challenged to really think and to introspect on what things have been taking up the majority of your time and the majority of your energy, and figuring out how to still meet up to your responsibilities, but also meet up to the responsibility of you having rest and being able to call back your energy and to use it in a way that fulfills you emotionally as well. Fulfills your heart. Which brings us to the Ace of Wands as your negative influence, which is interesting because it feels like there's a blockage somewhere for you, pile number 1, where you've kind of put your passions, your passion projects, and the things that really matter to you on the back burner at this moment. Get it? Back burner, because she's on fire. Sorry, I thought that was funny. You've put all of these other things that you've been doing at the forefront of your importance list when they don't necessarily need to be. And it feels like a negative shift to you in a way, because it's like, oh, I gotta do all these things and I have to focus and I have to prioritize these things for this and that reason. But what you're being challenged to prioritize is you as an individual being. And so it's going to be tough to look back and recognize what you've been holding off on in terms of fulfilling your own passions and happiness. Because part of you is going to feel maybe some guilt for feeling like you've wasted time or that you haven't been doing things for you, which is a completely normal feeling when it comes to things like this. But that might make it difficult to acclimate to these changes as well. You might feel like trapped, wanting to make time for these things that fulfill you emotionally and passionately, because you feel like you have such a strong hold, or rather maybe your current responsibilities have such a strong hold on you. But I promise everything can be shifted, and you are meant to make this balance possible. I wouldn't be telling you this if you weren't capable of doing it and making everything balanced again. Now, with opportunities you need to take, we have we have Diamond Heartseed Crystal, Golden Age Wisdom, DNA Activation, Lumeria, Priestess Awakening. This is so much a time for you, pile number 1, where because of this rebalancing and reconnecting to your true heart passions, it's raising your vibration, it's raising your energy so that you can accomplish everything that you are meant to. Obviously, it's not going to happen in all one sitting. It's going to take lots of time, perhaps even it's your whole life mission. But this is the awakening of you realizing, like, oh my god, this was my passion from when I was a kid, or I always wanted this, or my heart feels so strongly to pursue this. And it's something that you really need to take hold of and hold to you and cherish, because it's going to jumpstart you into a whole new phase of your life. You are going to become so much more powerful. You already are powerful, but you're going to become so much more powerful as a result of this realization. Because we have here in the imagery, we have the goats and they're working hard to climb the mountain. And then we have this lovely creature. It's like some sort of like manticore, minotaur type creature. It's a woman with wings with a tiger's body. And you can see those mountains in the back, right? The same mountains. And she's like, you know what? I'm done climbing mountains that I'm not meant to climb, because I am meant for so much more than that. I can fly, I can hunt, I can prowl, I can run. I can be fierce. You're meant for so much more than just those mountains that you keep grinding to climb up. You're meant to soar. You're meant to have so much power, and it's like the fierceness of like a creature or like a character that like destroys everything in their wake, but not like in an evil way, in a way that like benefits the situation, like destroying the hierarchy or whatever. Destroying the hierarchy that you've built that no longer works for you. And then with what you need to take time for, pile number 1, we have Green Epidote and Star Jasmine, Restructure. Yes. Identifying, reframing, and enhancing. Exactly what we were talking about with looking at and restructuring where you're putting your energy and reframing it to work better for you, for your true heart passions and fulfillments that you want to work on and achieve throughout your lifetime. And summer as a whole, I'm probably going to say this a lot through the readings, but the summer as a whole is very exhausting. A lot of people experience seasonal depression during the summer. Businesses and work is usually pretty busy during the summer because everybody's out on vacation, shopping, what have you. And so it can be a really overwhelming time, and plus the sensory experience of it always being hot out and the bugs and all the animals being around. There's a lot to do and to be conscious of in the summer as well. Pile number 1, very, very important that you prioritize the self this June, and to reframe what priorities aren't benefiting you in a way that aligns with your sense of self and your innermost passions. That was your reading for today, pile number 1. I wish you the utmost of luck in June. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Representing your challenge of June, pile number 2, is the King of Cups. Representing your positive influence is the Four of Wands. Representing your negative influence is the Emperor. For some reason, when I see the Emperor like that, just reminds me of the Dark Crystal. Emperor! And then with opportunities you need to take this month, pile number 2, we have Selenite and Willow Tree. What you need to take time for, represented by Turquoise and Forget-Me-Not. Pile number 2, you hold a very important place in your life, especially for other people as well. You may be the head of your family, or you may have a very high importance in your job or in your community in some kind of way. But your ultimate challenge for this month in June, pile number 2, is to maintain having your integrity and to balance your emotions through everything that you experience this month. Not saying that's going to be bad, like your cards are looking very, very positive, but that doesn't mean that there's going to be trials and tribulations along the way with all of this greatness. With great power comes great responsibility, and that means for you managing your emotions and making sure that you embrace your sympathy and empathy in a way to help nourish your kingdom. Like seriously, like we have the King of Cups, and then we had the Lion Pride family and the Emperor. Like these are all very strong, independent leader type people. Honesty and integrity are going to be your saviors. For the positive influence this month with the Four of Wands, there's celebrations to be had. Four of Wands represents a unity and harmony in some areas. It could be the unity and harmony of your workplace, it could be the unity and harmony of your family, it could be the unity and harmony of your community. It's a time where there's lots of celebrations happening. There's lots of things to be happy and excited about, things to be prideful over, accomplishments that are made. There's going to be a lot of love surrounding your June, feeling love for the people around you and the people that appreciate you, and you appreciate the people that you appreciate as well. Sorry, there's a weird light from my window over here. And then with the negative influence being the Emperor, it kind of brings me back to that example earlier of the Dark Crystal. If you haven't seen the Dark Crystal, don't worry, I will explain everything. So in the Dark Crystal, there is a kingdom, and the kingdom is ruled by these creatures called the Skeksis. And the Skeksis very much cherish their Emperor. Everything the Emperor says goes. And when the Emperor comes to pass, they have a duel to crown the new Emperor. And even though they have much love for their Emperor and much love for their community, even though they are the villain in the story, it's important not to be overzealous as the Emperor. It's also a dual meaning. Dual? All the puns right now. Anyways, it's also a dual meaning of that there's going to be a lot of pressure on you to perform and to stabilize and to manage this community, workplace, or family. And it's important that you don't let it get too much to you. Like not letting the power and the authority of it getting to your head, but also not letting all the pressure get to your head. Like these people, they are not going to judge you if you make a misstep, and if they do, you have full right to kick them right out of your kingdom, but most likely they're not going to judge you, especially if it was just a mistake. So don't get wrapped up in your head and in your feelings like, I don't know what to do, I want to make sure everything is fair for everyone. As long as you follow your heart and you be completely honest and transparent with your community, you'll be absolutely fine. With that being said, opportunities to take this month for you, pile number 2 in June. Selenite and Willow Tree, Goddess Spiral, Rites of Passage, Dreams, and Support. This position, this authority that you have, is your rite of passage. And you also have the right of passage to make the decisions that you feel is right. Of course, you have the support of your community, family, or co-workers, but don't feel pressured to conform and to try to meet everybody's needs at the most perfect way you can. Because when we're making those big decisions, we can't appease everybody. We could try really, really hard, but it's not always guaranteed. And I promise that your supports, the people around you, will understand that, and as long as you work together to reach some sort of compromise, that's going to help you guys significantly. And to, again, be honest and be open about how you feel with each other. I got that High School Musical song, we're all in this together. You really do have a strong support around you, even though you feel really, you know, high up there and feeling like you have to make all the decisions and do all the things. You don't have to do it alone, and there's plenty of people that are more than happy to help you. And together, you can make your dreams possible. I know it's cheesy, but that is the message. With what you need to take time for this month, pile number 2, we have Turquoise and Forget-Me-Not, Balance, Cracking Open, Deep Healing, Balancing Karma. This is kind of what led, or what the talk about the emotions and honesty and integrity has led up to, being emotionally open. Perhaps in the past you've had situations where you've made decisions that have severely disappointed or severely affected the lives of others that you didn't mean to make happen, or just someone or a group of people got mad at you for the decisions that you decided to make. So it makes you a bit nervous to make these big decisions and to make these calls. But again, as long as you remain open and honest and you communicate with your supports about what you need and getting input from them, it's having that open communication is in itself very healing and soothing to any feelings of unsureness and trepidation. If there's a problem that I feel like you have a lot of pressure on you, not only just because of the leadership role that you're in, but also because of the stakes that are at hand, because it seems like there is an issue at hand that needs to be fixed, and you're trying to come up with solutions, and these solutions have pros and cons to them, as all solutions do, and which is why you need to communicate to your community about it. And it's like your community, we see these cracks in the ground, and with the help of your community, you guys can plant seeds, right? The seeds of your dreams, the seeds of what you wish most to happen and the goodness that you want to sow into this community. They can help you plant those seeds. Again, communication and being open and honest is going to be the biggest thing for you to pay attention to this month, pile number 2. Make sure that when you're feeling not the most confident about something, or you're worried about something, or anything of the sort, you have your people there. They are there because they want to help you. If they were not there, they would not want to help you. So make sure that you, again, appreciate them, and to let them know how much you appreciate their help. And when everything is said and done, make sure, even small successes, make sure you celebrate those successes with your people. And most of all, of course, have fun. Don't take everything too seriously, because everything has a solution. Everything will turn out fine in the end, as long as you remain present and open. That was your June reading, pile number 2. I hope that was helpful, and I wish you all the best of luck this June. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your June predictions reading. For your challenge in June, pile number 3, we have the Star in reversed. For your positive influences, we have the 8 of Cups in reversed. And for your negative influences, we have the 6 of Wands. For opportunities to take this month, we have Herkimer Diamond and Snowdrop. Herkimer Diamond is this ring here. It's not actually a diamond, it's just called that. It's actually a form of quartz that's only found in Herkimer. Anyways, and what you need to take time for this month, represented by Azurite and Orchid. So pile number 3, representing your challenge this month, is the Star in reversed. The Star in reverse kind of speaks of a lesser hope, someone who feels like they struggle to look forward in hope and in excitement for the future, feeling a bit timid, feeling scared even, or insecure about how things will unfold. And that being your challenge this month, there's lots of shifts that are happening or that are on the cusp of happening, and it's making you very anxious. And it's one of those things where it's like the suspense of right before something happens, and it, for some people, it can feel like it's like anxious, you're just waiting to get over that hump, or it can feel like you're like stuck and you're struggling to move forward and to find the way out of this stagnant feeling. And that very much relates to the 8 of Cups in reversed as your positive influence. 8 of Cups in reverse speaks of that stagnance, of that struggle to let go and to move on. And you may be like, well, dude, how is that positive? And it's positive kind of in a backwards way where, you know, they say in stories that, you know, great accomplishments isn't without great sacrifice. And when you struggle and you fight this much in order to get through your situation that's going on, the victory is that much sweeter. However, where it's difficult is in that you're in this perspective right now where everything feels really tough and you feel you're constantly in front of brick walls, or you constantly feel like you're trapped in one situation and then that you can't really see it getting better, or you have a lot of doubt of things shifting and changing. And then there's this, for some of you, there's this second aspect of you who wants the change but is also terrified of the change, because for a lot of people, they're afraid to achieve and to gain because they're afraid of losing it. Afraid of something taking it away. And so the 8 of Cups is kind of guiding you to let go of that need for stability. Stability is great, and stability is something that we always have the opportunity to cultivate. However, it is not guaranteed to us, and nor do we always need it. Sometimes, in order to have these great achievements and to go on these great adventures, the sacrifice that needs to be made is your stability. We need to be vulnerable in order to explore, in order to pursue something new. And being vulnerable doesn't mean that you are automatically destined to be hurt or to fail. It just means that you're out in the open and there's going to be new things for you to explore. Yes, it's scary and negative things can happen, sure, but that can happen at any time in your life. Why let it stop you now? That brings us to our negative influence with the 6 of Wands. Because right now you're so in this mindset that you're so worried about things going wrong when you're going to try to achieve this, or you're worried that things won't be good in some sort of way. When you finally achieve that thing or break out of that pattern, your success is going to feel a bit diminished. You're not going to be able to appreciate the actual thing that you accomplished as much because you're still recovering from all of that stress. And I want to tell you, pile number 3, that you know, you don't have to be stuck here. Just because this is what the reading is saying, that you're currently stuck right now, doesn't mean that's going to be your whole month. You have the choice to change that and to step out of your comfort zone. With the cougar, he is a huge animal. And he lives in the forest with a bunch of skinny trees and bushes and shrubs, and there are times where it can hide, sure. However, those times are very small and very limited. And there's times where the cougar has to come out. And even though the cougar likes to hide and to be sneaky and stay on the low, it has a big personality and it's very fierce. And sometimes the cougar doesn't realize that. You know how like sometimes you have like a big dog and it thinks it's a lap cat? That's kind of the same with you, where you feel like you feel small and you feel like you need to hide and that you feel vulnerable. But you're the biggest fucking thing in this jungle. Nothing can really harm you to the extent that's not recoverable from. And you need to recognize that and recognize, oh yeah, by the way, I am actually capable of doing this and I will be okay. Which leads into opportunities you need to take this June. Pile number 3, we have a Glimmer Diamond and Snowdrop. Resurrection. Commitment, purification, and devotion. You need to think about what matters to you, what you truly value, and what about that thing is how you're trying to accomplish it. Like, let's say like you really care about animals, and you're like, well, I'm scared to go into the animal business because like what if I'm not knowledgeable enough about the animals, or what if I do something wrong, or what if I don't even get to have that opportunity? Well, instead of worrying, how about you go out and try? You won't know unless you try. And you know, if something happens and you take a misstep which causes you to go into a different path, if you still care about that thing, it's bound to come around later in your life. Maybe you just need to learn a few things or two, or to take some extra detours and adventures in order to get to that point. It's not an end-all be-all. It's so much bigger than that. And you need to give it a chance. You need to be committed to it no matter what it looks like. If it's something you truly care about and something you truly desire, it will not elude you. So you need to step into it with a fresh frame of mind and courage and confidence in yourself. Doesn't mean you're not going to slip up, but we as humans are meant to make mistakes. Because if we didn't make mistakes, we wouldn't accomplish anything and life would be extremely boring. So yeah, take the opportunity to try to look at it with fresh eyes and to really devote yourself to it, to devote yourself to the cause. And if you find something not working, or you find a place where you're not moving forward, think there's other ways and other paths that you can take that can help you exceed from that moment of stagnation. And then what you need to take time for, presented by Azurite and Orchid, Larian Stargate. Personal power, healing entanglements, and throat opening. Needing to remind yourself that you're that cougar, that you are the biggest thing in that jungle, and there's not a lot of things that can harm you, especially not permanently. Perhaps before, you were really afraid to express yourself because of things that you experienced in the past, people who had let you down, feeling like you were separated, or that people didn't understand you or understand your values and perceptions. And now you have this fear and anxiety about doing things that you're passionate about and doing things to help you, and as well as seeking out help in others. And which completely understandable. However, those experiences aren't going to define the rest of your life. You and your actions define the rest of your life. So are you going to sit here and be afraid, or are you going to be out and be that cougar and do what it is that you're meant to do? Those are the choices that you need to make. I know, very simple, black and white, but it's about owning who you are. And even though you've been put through situations and experiences that made you stray away from that belief that you're that top dog, that you have things to accomplish, that you have things to do, and that you're capable of doing these things, doesn't mean that you can't unlearn that. That was once a thing that you were taught, and now it's something that you need to grow from and to use as an example of what not to do. Not to listen to those false opinions and projections of other people. Express yourself and move in your life in a way that represents exactly who you are, without these labels that other people gave you of not being capable, of being helpless, of being too small, too timid. You're none of that. You are the cougar. Prowl. Go prowl that jungle. Go take down those sons of bitches. I mean, hold on. Okay, wait, get way too into it. I don't mean literally take them down. Everyone deserves peace and everyone deserves happiness. I'm just saying, prove to yourself that you are capable, and that everything that you've been taught and how you've been treated by others doesn't mean shit now, because you own yourself. And as well, remember that there are going to be positive people. There are people that are there to help you, and not everyone's going to be a backstabbing asshole, basically. You will be okay, and there's always ways out of sticky situations. And you'll be more than okay. You'll be at the top of your game. As long as you shift out of this perspective of loss of faith in yourself and in the things around you. Shift is possible, and you can make it. Resurrect yourself, rebirth yourself from the old version of yourself, of the old version of these labels that were put onto you. You get to redefine yourself now. I hope your reading was helpful for you, pile number 3, and I wish you the most best of luck in your June. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your June predictions reading. For your challenge in June, pile number 4, we have the Empress in reversed. For your positive influence, we have the 7 of Pentacles. For your negative influence, we have the 10 of Swords. For opportunities you need to take this month, we have Jade and Pink Lotus. And for what you need to take time for this month, we have Fuchsia and Feldspar. Okay. Your challenge, represented by the Empress reversed this month, pile number 4, it kind of speaks of maybe you've had some issues regarding your creative or feminine side. This could be things like specifically creativity. It could be a suppression of emotions, not fulfilling your purpose or your passions. There's a block in somewhere around your expression of yourself and being who you need to be for you. And your challenge this month is to take up the journey of overcoming those obstacles and blockages. With the positive influence being the 7 of Pentacles, you are absolutely capable of overcoming these obstacles that you're facing. Perhaps you have a really low self-esteem, or you feel like you want to accomplish and do these things, but you feel like you can't, or you're not capable, or you feel like your emotions are really, really heavy on you and they take a hold of you and what you want to do, and they kind of you feel like they like ruin your life in a way, or like they take away from your life, which isn't true. Our emotions are our friends. It's just about managing and learning how to deal with them in a healthy and supportive way. And that kind of all surrounds around themes of self-care and nurturing the self. And once again, you are completely capable of that, and you are going to reap rewards when you take care of yourself and nurture yourself this way, and you'll see yourself growing as a person and achieving so much more than you'd ever have dreamed of. And then with the negative influence, we have the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords isn't necessarily negative. I mean, okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that the imagery is literally a fox with its organs hanging out and being stabbed by multiple swords. You know, it's grim. However, it only feels this way, and it's only momentary. The Ten of Swords is about the resurrection and rebirth of the self. There's a part of us that must die in order to be reborn in this state and to regrow. And a lot of what needs to be discarded and melded away is those beliefs, those negative beliefs that don't help you, like the ones where you feel like you're incapable, or you have a low self-esteem, or you feel like you can't do this, that, and the other, or you feel like there's something wrong with you, or something like that, because all of those things are false. You need to see yourself for who you truly are, and to see yourself for how you truly are is to remove those labels that you've learned from your experiences that others have put on you. You sound really similar to pile number 3, so if you ever felt called to pile number 3 but weren't sure and picked pile number 4, probably go check out pile number 3 as well, because a new beginning is happening for you in every sense of the word, pile number 4. And that new beginning requires you to have a new way of life that you cultivate. And it's also kind of another meaning with the vultures here, because vultures, even though they look scary and they eat dead things, they are very much a positive influence on the environment. They recycle. That's their main purpose. That's their main kind of thing that they do. They don't, I mean, sometimes they do, but typically, like most other predatory birds, they will eat what's already passed away, what's already on the ground, and they make sure it's not wasted, and they call all of their birdie friends, and they're like, hey, there's a delicious meal right here, we should take advantage of it. And it also helps the ecosystem. The carcass of the animal also helps the ground. All around, even though it's painful and it sucks to have to heal from these negative experiences and heal these perceptions, because it does. And I say often that sometimes the healing process is more painful than the initial trauma, because it can be. And I've experienced that myself. But it's so important, and it's so helpful to go through this process, because it really is going to elevate you that much. It's the difference from being like that dead to being like, I'm an angel, I've descended from heaven. You know? And it really is that big of a shift. And it all comes down to you having care and growing love for yourself and appreciation for who you are, and doing things to help nurture yourself to make sure that you're happy and healthy to the best of your ability. Speaking of which, moving on to opportunities you need to take this month, pile number 4. We have Jade and Pink Lotus. Sink into silence, reflection, and tranquility. Perhaps you, a lot of the times, have used others' opinions of you to shape your thoughts of yourself. Or it could be like things where you were very much influenced in one way or another from your peers. A lot of the times when you want to work towards something, or you want to expand beyond those labels that were put on you. You get these thoughts in your head of these people knocking you down, and memories of perhaps being bullied, or just situations where it made you feel helpless and it made you feel incapable. Those thoughts, even though negative and you don't want to deal with them, rightfully so, it's a kind of meditation, it's kind of a self-care act when we allow those thoughts to flow through our heads without having judgment or labeling those experiences. Not being like, oh, that was a time that I was robbed of my self-esteem. Oops, I dropped my book. It's just something that happened, and it's in the past now, and your past doesn't define you. The action you take in the present does. And if you don't like the action that you're taking in the present, then shift it. Take action that makes you proud of who you are. Take action that makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel good physically, that makes you feel good mentally. Things that you can look back on later and be like, I did that. I survived that. I made that happen. In a good way. Just to rephrase on that, another thought popped into my head. You are not responsible for the negative things that happened to you in your past. That's complete bullshit. You didn't deserve those things happening to you. You didn't deserve to be put down. No one does. But again, that stuff is in the past now. And now it's your turn to step into your present and take action to form that tranquility, to make peace with yourself, and to make peace with your life. That's the opportunity you need to take this month, pile number 4. And then what you need to take time for this month, pile number 4, we have fuchsia and feldspar, inner child, innocence, and self-awareness. Out of all of the things that you've experienced, you are the innocent one. Again, like I said, you are not to blame for the shit happening to you. You're like, well, I was a stupid little fox walking through the forest. I should have known that I would have been fucking swarmed by these evil-ass vultures. No. You're just a fox, living your fox life. You were just a kid, living your kid life. You had no involvement in what came of that situation. And you need to take that in and hone that. Because not only does that take blame and the suffering off of you, but it also enhances your self-esteem and your inner power. You're like, oh, so I didn't cause my suffering. Oh, that means I'm not bound to that anymore, and I can actually raise my vibration so that I can achieve and make myself feel good about my life, because it actually wasn't my fault. Having that self-awareness of none of the bad things that you experience as a result of other people or situations are because of you. Even in the situation, let's say you said something mean that pissed someone off and they punch you. You didn't deserve that punch. That punch was not warranted because you said something bad. Was that a shitty thing you possibly said? Sure, but who gives a shit now? That's that's in the past, and you're now in the present with the most grand opportunity to change and to better your life for you, to define yourself for you, and to build your experiences for you. You made mistakes, that's fine. Whatever. You learned from them. Dope. Now use what you learned to make your life something that you're proud of living. And to do that, it's not like you have to become a billionaire or achieve the job of your dreams. It's just about living in peace with yourself. And when you have gratitude for yourself and gratitude for everything that you've been through and that you worked hard for, you're the richest of all. Alright, pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope it was helpful for you, and I wish you the best of luck in your June. And I am sending all the healing vibes your way. Bye bye for now.